Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. With Allie LaForge reporting from the sideline. The New York Knicks come into this one after a win against the Mavericks in Dallas. Trading blows in that one, they did win by 3.
And a lot of that was game plan. Putting guys in a position to succeed, particularly on the offensive end.
That was the kind of win a coach takes pride in. You lay out the strategy, and the players execute perfectly.
Stan, we expect to see a lot of action inside tonight. Both of these teams have powerhouse front courts.
Yeah, Kevin, it could get very, very physical down low. You're right about that. It is size versus size. They're going to be fighting for position, fighting for every rebound, Kevin. It's kind of like an old school energy to this matchup.
And this is how confident Hield is. Knows he's capable of torching the D off the catch.
There's the pick. Pass to Knueppel. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Zach Edey. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And talking to Con Knueppel, Greg, he has a burning passion to be great. You can just tell him.
Yeah, he gets up before everyone else and goes to work. Some people have called him an old soul, just very mature and disciplined.
And so here is New York, following the miss by Pascal Siakam. Cunningham right side. And again, New York with the triple.
Yeah, and Cunningham there, able to shoot with his feet set. That's one he knows he can hit.
Screen by Siakam. And the wide open J from Edey. And the jumper is on the mark. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForge on the sidelines.
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. Much of our discussion centered around Cade Cunningham. He said that's their catalyst. They look to him to control the pace, to read the defense, and to make the right basketball play, which he usually does. He is very tough to neutralize. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Here's Cunningham. Here he goes. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
And just blitzing his way to the rim. Cunningham attacked at full speed.
Hield outside. Down low. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
You can tell Siakam has this action down. He knows just when to roll off the pick and receive the ball.
Knueppel wide open, and he fires. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Played outside. Back to Harden. Fires the three. It's rebounded by New York.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And G.A., you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning the championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
Wiggins outside. Fires away from outside. Knueppel with the bucket. Knueppel's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Knicks. 52 seconds left in the first quarter. They get it back. New York with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Cunningham outside. Inside. Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down.
And with that height and incredible leaping ability, Wiggins can throw it down as easy as anyone.
Now here's Hield. And Siakam has it in the corner. Misfires on the corner three. Here's Cunningham. Pass to Knueppel. with 4 seconds on the clock. The shot, no good. Doesn't go for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. New York ahead. They're up by 5. And
15.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
Great touch there from Cunningham. He's so skilled.
You know, Stan, when you talk about the skill set Cade Cunningham possesses, what impresses you most?
I think a couple of things, Kevin. Number one, his poise is outstanding. This guy never gets bothered by anything that happens in a game, by any type of adversity. He's just going to come back with the same mindset on the next play. And also, his shooting has improved so much that you've now got to defend him honestly on the perimeter, and that sets up the rest of his game.
Pass to Knueppel. 6 to shoot. Right wing. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Magic trailed by 5. Wagner outside. Back to DiVincenzo. Outside Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
In the corner, Knueppel with it. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. And that's now 9 points for Con Knueppel. Kicks it out to Wagner. Off target from outside. New York leading by 6. Pass to Knueppel. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. New York moving it around. Pippen a screen to the inside. And it's Pippen slamming it down.
Don't you wish you could leap like Pippen? I mean, I do.
Harden outside. Harden with the hang time.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Knueppel, no good. And it's Harden with the ball for the Orlando Magic. Pass to Wagner. And Jordan sends it back.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
LeVert inside the line. Edey with the rebound.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Pass to Collier. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Edey.
What a jam there by Edey. When he hammers it home, you feel the reverberations from here.
Now here's LeVert. Overhealed. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
And the slam dunk by Jamison.
And with authority, Jamison leaps up for the rim before the defense has a chance to stop him.
Outside, Green. It's Levert on the wing. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Hield with the bucket.
A volume three-point sniper. Hield realizes his role is to help space the floor with his shooting.
Levert with it. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Jenkins can't get it to go.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Here's Collier, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Magic lead by 1. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Gobert, the screen to the middle, outside for Pippen. The shot from 20 feet away. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Well, it's like Gobert's got magnets in his hands. He's led the league in rebounding before in his career.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey, guys. Rudy Gobert talked about his objectives. He said, my goal is to be the best defender ever. And now my only focus is to win a championship and to keep impacting my team. Keep trying to make my team the top defense in the league. I think that's the best measure of an all-time defender. Back to you.
He can lock it down. Okay, Allie, thanks. Wiggins with the block.
His length gives Wiggins an advantage on the D. He can get his hand to shots that a lot of other players would not be able to impact. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Now, here's Cunningham. 7 points in the game. Just 5 to shoot. Wiggins outside. Pass to Knueppel. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins. And that's 12 points for Knueppel. The #1 overall pick back in 2014, Andrew Wiggins. Certainly capable.
Elite length and athleticism. His shot creation is more good than great. He has that 2022 All-Star nod to his credit, and of course, a championship from that same season.
And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
Wiggins from outside. Rebound by the Magic. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Hield with the bucket.
What a gifted shooter. Hield is especially dangerous from the corner.
It's Pippen on the wing. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Pippen's got 5 points so far.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pass to Gobert. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Here's Williams. Knueppel with the rebound. The Knicks lead by 6. Cunningham for 3. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Back to Jamison. And the slam dunk by Jamison.
and didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Cunningham looking it over. Top of the key jumper, no good. The Magic trailed by 7. Jamison with it. Now defended by Wiggins. And it's Collier missing. Knicks on offense. They're on a 13-5 run here. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. So here is New York. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Pass to Champagnie. Three-pointer, LeVert. Rebound by Antoine Jamison.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Edey. Outside for Jamison. Here's DiVincenzo. LeVert defending. On the wing, Green. New York moving the ball around. Now LeVert. Here's the teardrop. Count the basket. LeVert's got the lead up to 9 now for the Knicks.
And the gracefulness with which LeVert shoots the basketball. He makes that tricky floater look easy.
Harden's shot is off. And here's Green outside. And so it's the New York Knicks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And against one of the top. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Magic trailed by 9. To the paint. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
And those are 2 loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
Pass to Champagnie. Now Jenkins for the 3. Pascal Siakam grabs the miss. Harden outside. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Back to Harden. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
It's on Caris LeVert.
And let's face it, James Harden, one of the most dangerous offensive weapons this league has ever seen, still got the skills.
People have said, Greg, he is a system unto himself. In fact, he said it about himself. James Harden's ability, GA, to break down defenses remains in rarefied air.
And even as he's lost a step now, his supreme skill level ensures he remains a threat on a nightly basis.
They set the pick. Cunningham with it. Now guarded by Siakam. And that one's good. Champagnie. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Knicks?
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And they've also shown great effort defensively tonight. They closed out on shooters and really got their hands up on multiple shots.
Outside Pippen. And there's the drive. And slams it right down on top of Zach Edey.
Nice drive by Pippen there. Terrific at just finding his way to the rim.
From deep Harden. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that game will be 4 out of 5 on the road for the team. 6 on the shot clock. Gobert.
So strong. Gobert just goes through the bump. You have to hammer in that.
And a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy Gobert is improving his perimeter defense as well, Greg. It's up his overall game.
Yeah, teams have looked to clean outside and test his lateral quickness. But I tell you, he holds up better than you think, and we know his presence at the rim.
What a phenomenal athlete Siakam is. Just taking off and finishing with power at the rim.
Now Cunningham. Gobert, the screen. Pulls it from 20. No good. The Magic trailed by 9. Here's Wagner. And he jams it in.
Well, look, you can't let Wagner get this deep. You deserve to get dunked on when you give him this position.
Here's the screen. He drills the 3.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
And Zaire Williams picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket is, I'm fine with that.
Harden surveying the D. DiVincenzo. The 3 goes down.
Great positioning. DiVincenzo stays ready to fire the moment he gets the ball.
Here's Wiggins. Cunningham on the wing. From 15 feet away, it's good.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Now Siakam. Now DiVincenzo. Stolen by Pippen. Cunningham with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Siakam with the rebound. Here's Orlando now. Shoots the 3. Cunningham pulls it down. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Shoots it. Williams with the steal. And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way. So it's New York picking up the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.